Time travel has always been a subject of interest for so many people. It has always provoked interest, and for decades and centuries, people have always been intrigued by it. Modern sciences have come up with so many explanations, and numerous number of scientists have given various different theories relating to time travel. Famously, Einstein's theory of relativity, E is equal to mc square, which basically means that time is relative. And we can go on counting the number of movies where the entire story revolving time travel. And the moment I said this, a lot of movies would have come to your mind. Interstellar, Back to the Future, The Terminator, so many movies. Each movie has a theory of its own. So we have movies, we have books, we have scientists and scientific explanations about time travel. But what about religions? What if I said religions have been speaking about time travel for centuries, and they have mentioned about time travel in their religious scriptures thousands of years ago? Now they couldn't have possibly imagined this because they did not have a James Cameron or a Christopher Nolan. But even if they did, there is absolutely no explanation how they came up with such a topic thousands and thousands of years ago. There are several scientific documentation and movies made on time travel, but in today's video we are going to see the religious aspect, what the religions have documented in their scriptures. In Hinduism, I can tell you various number of incidences where there are strong documentations of time traveling and time travelers. I'd like to talk about one such story from various different stories available. In Mahabharat, King Kakudmi was looking for a bride for his daughter Revati. He thought that she was the most beautiful woman in the country and there was no man eligible to be a suitable bride. Typical Indian dad. So what he did, he wanted to go meet Brahma, the creator himself, to ask for a suitable bride to marry his daughter. So what they did, they both decided to go to Brahma Loka. In Hinduism, lokas means planets or places of different existence in the same space that we live in. So they travel to Brahma Loka, where Brahma basically lives, and there he is seen enjoying a musical performance by the Gandharvas. Gandharvas means extraterrestrial beings who do not belong to the planet Earth. And as Brahma finishes enjoying the musical performance by the Gandharvas, King Kakudmi and his daughter Revati are waiting for him, and they finally approach him, and Brahma laughs at them and explains how time works differently in different lokas, different places of the universe, the space. Rama says that so many centuries on earth has moved on and everybody that belonged to your generation has passed away. He again states that this is because time works differently in Brahmaloka than time works in earth. What might mean hours on earth is completely different in Brahmaloka. It might mean years in Brahmaloka. Again, a reference from the movie Interstellar. Christopher Nolan himself said in an interview that he was very much influenced by all these kind of science fictional things or Puranas from the ancient Hindu scriptures. So if you don't know the story, King Kakudmi and Revati, they come back to planet Earth and the geography is completely changed now. The evolution of humans have also changed and she ends up marrying Krishna's brother Balarama. Now some might call this science fictional, some might call this imaginary, pseudoscience, whatever they want, and some may call this as ancient Hindu Purana, Itihas. It differs from person to person. But one undeniable fact is these scriptures are thousands of years old. So it doesn't matter what the truth is. This fact that this was documented thousands of years, almost 5,000 years ago, is very, very significant and should mean something. Now let's look what's documented in Christianity. Although the Bible doesn't mention anything in specific with time travel, there are numerous mentions where the understanding of God is much different from the understanding of humans about time. God has a very unique way of understanding time, and they mention that time is non-linear, just like what Albert Einstein mentions that the past, present and future all exist at the same time. This is also mentioned in the Bible as well. There is a particular verse in the Bible 2 Peter chapter 3 verse 8, where there is a clear mention where they state, with Lord a day is like 1,000 years and 1,000 years are like a day. Finally, let's observe what Buddhism has to say about this. In Buddhism, there are numerous number of descriptions where people have seen Buddha's disciples and followers have seen him teleport, and even mentions of him time traveling, foreseeing the future. Now, these kind of people have always existed throughout history, and both Hinduism and Buddhism they call these kind of people as nirmanakayas, who are capable of creating their own existence in different periods of time. Mahabharat Babaji is one such example where people have always mentioned that it has been 2000 years and he still lives in the Himalayas. What they mean is his existence is still felt there because he is a nirmanakaya. These are exclusive for people who have transcended their intellect, and that's why Buddha was called as Buddha, because it means one who's above their intellect, and they can create their own existence irrespective of the time period. So what might mean years for you can just mean moments for them. They are capable of doing that. This is the same thing mentioned in the Bible, the same thing which is mentioned in King Kakudmi's story as well. So what do you think about today's video? I have just narrated you what's mentioned and documented in religions about time travel. For me personally, I'll continue seeking without making any conclusions. So what are your thoughts? Do you think they imagined all this, or did they really know what they were talking about? If yes, who told them, or how they would have had this advanced knowledge back in the day? So I would leave that to your judgment and your logical mind to make conclusions on that, or you can still keep seeking like how I do. So until I see you again, take care, stay confused, and subscribe to my channel for further videos like this.
I'ma take it.